Hi everyone, it's Ali Marie King, and we are back with the Emblem Knights rough draft. As you can see, we have a really short chapter this time. Yay! Oh yeah, I forgot I wrote that at the bottom. We'll get to it. But yeah, we're getting towards the end of this book, which is exciting because didn't expect it to take this long to read it all the way through. Definitely has been a journey. As a reminder, I am going to be reading the final draft of the Emblem Knights, and then that's the last final draft I'm going to read on my channel. Mainly because, I like reading the rough drafts more than the final draft. And if you want to see if it turned out better, then you can buy the book. I know, I'm so mean. But anyway, I don't mind sharing it. It's just I read my book so many times after I get past like the initial rough draft, like it goes through a whole transformation that it's kind of torturous for me to read my final draft. So, and since I'm not having fun with it anymore, I had fun reading Not a Dream because it's been years since I've read it, but the Emblem Knights kind of drove it home that I was like, you know what, I kind of regret reading my final drafts because it's not as fun as I thought it was. Anyway, we're making this longer than it needs to because I'm explaining my feelings about my books. It's a good book. I really like how I moved from point A to point B on the Emblem Knights. I'm very happy with everything that I did with it, but it's just like I read it so many times before I actually publish it that it's like torture to read it another time. Even though I love it. I love that book. I don't want to read it again. And also it's just like, I love sharing my books, but I want to be a successful author. I don't want to just like be like, hey, here's my books. You get it for free all the time. So, the first book, 2 books I wrote, it's no big deal. I am still currently working on the final draft of Trouncing the Unknown. Trouncing the Unknown, which is the sequel to Not a Dream. If you guys haven't seen Not a Dream, it's on my channel. I have a playlist of both the rough and final draft. I am not going to be reading Trouncing the Unknown at all on my channel. If you guys want the sequel to Not a Dream, you'll just have to buy it and find out. And it's not because I don't want to share it. It's just I like to leave a little mystery. Maybe in a few years after it's been out for 10 years, like Not a Dream. Not a Dream's been out since I was 20, so it's been out for 10 years. So that one I don't mind sharing because it's an older book. So maybe after a while I'll share it, but not for a very long time. Plus I'm not even finished yet. I keep adding more content to the book now that I'm editing it. So that's a fun process in and of itself. I guess I can explain the process since this is going to be a really, really short video. So strap in, guys. If you're here for the reading, I'm going to do some explaining. So the way that I work with my writing, if I get bored if I get a writer's block, I tend to start typing sentences of what I think the characters would say and do, and then it gets rid of my writer's block. I come up with a new idea of what's going to happen. So it translates really terribly when I go to do the final draft. So I rewrite the entire book, but in a more technical sense that I'm just following the storyline but making it make more sense. So then I print it out, read it, highlight things that I don't like about it, and then after I add those in, I ask friends and family for help because it costs too much money to be a real editor. I and the money I don't have. So do with I don't have an editor that so it's like I'm not good at the technical stuff, so it's kind of sad for me because I would like my books to be better than they are, but you know what? Each one is special to me because I wrote the story and it's a fun story for me, and that's all that really matters is you do it for what you love. But yeah, so in long story short, Emblem Knights is going to be my last final draft I'm going to read, and then it's also going to, so it's not only going to be my last final draft I'm going to read, any book that I'm going to publish here after, that is the last time I'm not going to read those ones, the rough drafts on there. I'm going to try to read ones that I am just going to have on my Wattpad. So if you guys want to read ahead, it'll be on my Wattpad for free. So those will be the free books that I have. And then the ones that I'm going to publish, I probably won't share on YouTube. Just until they are either have been published for a couple years or whatever. I might read the first chapter of each book. I'll probably do that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. When I finally get them published, I'll put the first draft up on YouTube and you guys can see what it's about. And if you like the first draft, then try the next few chapters, you know? First chapter. Maybe I'll do a chapter like once a month of the rough draft so you kind of get an idea of what's going on, but I don't think I'm going to go too crazy with it. Anyway, enough talking. You guys are probably already bored. These are just thoughts that have been going through my head, so I'm just explaining. Hey, I love sharing my books, but, you know, I also want to be kind of successful on my books, so, you know, the ones that I really want people to read, I'm going to post on Amazon. Maybe I'll do a little shout out to my book being published and show my actual book when I have it in my hands. Kind of like I did. I do have book reveals on both of my books earlier on in my channel, or earlier on in the videos. So Not a Dream and Emblem Nights have been shown. Yeah. So anyway, if you are interested in this book in particular, I will have it in the description below like I always do. And I also am wanting to start branching out and read other people's books. So not like I do with mine. I mean like the same concept where I read side by side with it, you know, so you can see what you're reading, you know, kind of thing. But I want to read like a chapter. You can pick your favorite chapter and I will read that, and then I will post it on my YouTube and put a link to where people can get it so that if they're interested, they can actually buy the book and read it. So that was the thought that I had in my head. If anyone's interested. If not, it's fine. I just throw it out there. Anyway, so let's just get started and read a book, huh? Yeah, that's what we're here for. Chapter 31. Yuri, Alex shouted up the stream. The horses looked at him nervously. Alex, what's the matter? Ray asked, approaching his friend and comrade. Yuri, she was right there. Alex was at a loss. He didn't know whether to cry, scream, run, sit, anything but stare at that empty place where the woman he loved had been. Calm down. What's just happened? Ray said, putting his hand on his friend's back. I don't know. Somehow we saw each other through a window, and the next thing I knew, the senior advisor showed himself and took her. And she said, I love you both. Alex said his body was beginning to shake. Then the words she'd said clicked in his head. I have to go. You have to go where? Ray asked, watching his comrade put a saddle on one of the horses. Yuri said something to me that was meant for me and her little brother. I have to go help Joey find his older sister. You should catch up with Jack and the rest of us. We'll see you there. What am I supposed to do with the women and children who don't exist in the final draft? Ray asked, gesturing to the little camp. Leave them there. They have Yui. They'll be fine. Alex hopped up on his now saddled horse. Besides, they look comfortable enough, and it'll be a good place to double back to if we need a place to rest. With that, he rode out quickly off to go find Joey and the others. I like that the subordinate came up with this and not the leader. You would think the leader would be the one with the idea. Just saying. Yeah, I'm criticizing myself. I can do this. Michelle smiled to herself. I was right. He did love her. Ray shook his head. You certainly are strange. He sat down and rested his head on the tree behind him. Ooh, I definitely have it a little bit more darker in the final draft, too. Interesting. I'm very interested. I'm sorry. Alex rode hard and fast. How could he have been so stupid? If he had gotten his act together, if he had told her sooner, she wouldn't be here now. No, she wouldn't. Right by his side, safe and from the senior advisor, his frustrations grew as he rode as fast as the horse was willing to go. The horse stopped, too tired to continue, inches away from the place she had been taken. He fell to his knees as he reached it. What had he expected? That she would be here safely? A sob broke through him, but he squelched it quickly. He had to deliver the message she had left for him. Joey, Alex said as he approached the young man, your sister loves you. He said to the boy, this is not important. The kid looked at him with saucers in his eyes. They quickly spilled over in tears of unhappy torment. The last person he had was gone from this world. It took all of Alex's strength not to cry. He couldn't do that in front of all the people around them. I forgot there was there a lot of people there? I don't even know. Did he have to take her too? Joey cried. Why do they have to take her from me? Why? He pounded his fist into Alex's ribs. I don't know. Alex couldn't hold it in, but only rebellious tears fell from his eyes. I don't know. Yuri woke in a cold, damp place. She looked around the small space she was stuck in. There was nowhere to escape from. That is not how you spell escape. Wow. Only being trapped stopped her from getting up. Her whole body hurt from laying on the floor. This was some fun she was beginning to have. Well, sarcasm much. Sorry, I'm losing my voice for whatever reason. Welcome to the world of the living, Yuri. The senior advisor's words floated through her cell, sticking in corners for lasting effect. I read this, I think, so I could remember what characters I had. So, Roy, 20, ready to lead his team. Jack, 20, knows more than he lets on to know. Alec, 21, awaiting orders. Mike, 19, believes this is the end. Argul, I said that weird. 22, thinks Yuri is already dead. Alex, 18, ready to give his life for the woman he loves. Gold, 18, ready to die honorably in the battle. Silver, 23, ready to die with gold like they planned from the beginning. Joey, 9, determined to win this fight. John, 19, prays to save his newfound family. Friend. I can't read. I don't know how to read. Roger, 30, afraid of dying. Daisuke, 20, unsure of the fight being worth the risk. Roy, 20, can't get over himself right now. Chapter 32, time to win. We are getting really close to the end here. And as I said at the beginning of the video, this will be the last rough draft of my published books that I'm going to read. Any book that I publish on Wattpad, I will start reading on here. So you can see all my silly writing. And also, if you know someone who wants their help promoting their book, I would be willing to do it. I know I'm not a huge channel. I know it's not going to be a lot, but every little bit helps in the industry of book writing. I mean, I want to be a successful writer in my lifetime. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I can still hope for it until I can't anymore. But yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you know someone who would like this type of content, please share it. If you are interested in more of this content, I upload every Monday. I know I've had some hiccups these last few weeks. I've been dealing with some personal issues. I have been keeping up with my other videos, luckily. I did take last week off, although this is going to be posted after. This is number 4, so last week I'm referring to the week before November 16th of 2022. So there, I dated this. I time-stamped this. Anyway, Mondays is when I typically upload these type of videos. The rough and final draft. Until I'm done with the final draft of the Emblem Knights, because I am determined I will finish that book, and then we will go on to something a little bit more terribly written, but fun books. And then, yeah, so those are my ideas and some processes I go through when I write, so at least you have that. Please subscribe. Most of the people that watch my content do not subscribe to me, and that makes me sad. Because I also like doing this recording. It's fun. I do gaming. I have a gaming one, so if you're interested, it's called Holly Marie King Gaming. It's very similar to, it's fun. I like playing video games. I do movie reviews. I do Hunger Games. I was going to say Heavenly Virtues, which is my sim series that I created myself. That's on my gaming channel. Anyway, semantics. Really, honestly, I know I'm rambling today, but there's so much things I would like to share. But we're getting long for this type of video, so I'll cut it here. And also, if you're interested in this book, this type of book is not available because it is the rough draft, but the final draft is available, and the ending is so much better than the ending of this one. I did a lot of rework on this ending. Like, Alex and them don't get to Yuri until the very end of the war. So, big difference. There's a lot that happens that's so much better than this. So please, if you like this, look up my book. It's so good. I'm very proud of myself for it. It's still not a part where I personally would like it. But you know what? We are our harshest critics. So maybe some people might enjoy my fun little story that I wrote. But yeah, Anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.